Unfortunately, they usually have the door locked.
I just got your thing. I'm like, I don't see her sitting at the door. She must have got in.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God.
Well, it's cold. Yes, I'm sorry. They were like, these ones right here.
Yeah.
It's not good.
So, well, somebody.
It's true.
I don't know.
It is true.
Well, I'm
I think sometimes they automatically lock, and then they have to unlock them. So I'm glad that it's at least.
yeah, that guy came by and, well, the guy came by in his truck. I said, and I'm like, are you gonna come in here? And he goes, yeah, I was working on a thing at the courthouse.
Yeah.
So,
That gets away from me sometimes.
yep.
Do you need anything from me?
No, I'm good. I'm gonna set up and I'll be ready for when they come in and,
All right, I'll get lights on up there in the dais.
oh yeah.
I'm
That
not
would be
sure
good.
if they know how to do it, so I'm gonna.
What's that?
I said, I'm sure they know how to do it, so I'm gonna.
Yeah. Okay, so, I'll clear up that water bottle. Do you want to just kind of like how we did before, they're just all staggered down the steps?
Yeah, you're fine, and I am.
You don't have any complaints, then we're good.
No, not at all. Never mind.
Oh, it's been a day.
Did you get a chance to connect with Kim that day?
A little bit. I gotta give her my card if she still wants it.
Okay, good.
And, I met her, so that was good.
Yeah, no, she's getting acclimated.
So, who's new? Kim?
Kim.
And that's the only one?
Well, Art is also new, Art Frasca.
I don't think I know her.
Yeah, I think last time, why am I not able to get these backlights on? I'm just talking to myself, I'm not
It's all right.
expecting you to answer that.
I do it all the time because nobody will listen to me.
Huh.
So is Margaret in this picture?
Yeah, it'll be all of them, yeah, all
Okay.
7 of them.
No Sue though.
No, Sue, no, Kim is who replaced Margaret.
Yeah, okay. Margaret or
I'm
Sue?
sorry.
You're confusing me now.
No, well, and now I understand why you're not getting it, because I keep saying the wrong thing. Now, Sue retired, so Kim was appointed in her
Okay.
place. Yeah. And Margaret is here, still here.
Okay.
Yes. Mike Healy is left last year. He moved out of the community, so he can no longer be elected.
Okay.
And so then they appointed Art Frasca. And we never did a new board picture at that time. But now I figured we have 2 new people, we better do one.
Okay. Cool.
All right, all the lights are on.
You're good. I'll push the microphones down. That's okay, right?
Absolutely.
I think.
Over.
Move the chairs over. I've been dealing with plumbers and consumers all day.
Oh, no, are you,
Our hot water heater's out,
oh,
or
no.
water heater's out. And, so, call the plumber, it's consumers. Consumers, we put a new heater in. I don't know if you can announce. The plumber.
Oh, no.
So now the plumber's saying, okay, we'll be back tomorrow, do a new one. New one what? New water heater.
Yeah, thanks. I'm sorry, that's difficult.
It is, I mean, because you don't get any work done, you know,
Oh,
you
yeah,
want to work out of the
back
home.
and forth. Like, how many did you get down? Let's just do them all.
So, it's just a pain, that's all.
Oh, sure. I know there's a big power outage right now over like, 40s and Telegraph. It's been up since about 2. I don't know what happened. I'm assuming it's some of the leftover stuff from what's going on, but maybe a transformers because it's a pretty significant size. So I've been trying to get DTE to give us a outage update all day and they don't have a time. That's what scares me.
Oh.
Here's like 3.5 hours now and they don't even know when they're gonna have it fixed. And we have, you know, I was gonna say
Yeah.
probably around 3,000 people affected, so.
Right, and it's like, you feel bad because there are so many people affected by this wind.
Yeah, and you know that DTE is so swamped right now. Well, I'm sorry that you had a crazy day too,
Yeah.
to add to it. I'll leave you to your stuff. You don't need anything from me.
No,
All right, I'll have my phone with me if you decide you do.
okay, I gotta get your number in my cell.
All right.
So that,
You can get a hold of me the same way you just did. I
Oh,
didn't
that
have it
was
with me. I had it
okay.
plugged in, so
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, messenger, that was pretty funny.
it worked today.
I know.
I happened to go over it. Actually, I went to go check and see if my son had texted me because obviously it's after 5. And then I went, oh, it's Maria.
I got the cold faces could get you.
It worked. I ran. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. I'm coming back down for the
Okay, got it, I'll have this ready to go.
Great.
Good.
Good to be seen, right?
Yes.
I looked in your window because I was locked out.
You were up on the third floor.
Oh, and I looked in and I'm going to be in there, I'm freezing. You were not in there.
Did you?
I got in, the guy, building guy
Oh,
came
okay.
over. He let me in. Okay, don't make a mess.
Okay. Let's see where my,
I'm gonna have
right
you-
here. Go down there.
Kevin, I want to take a picture of the sign first.
I gotta get my thing on, I guess. You're all set up? Hello.
Hi, Ken.
How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. Long time no see, huh?
Yes, yes, I'm all set up. I'm just taking a picture of the sign. Chairs can be moved back after. And I kept them in order. So the first one is this, and it goes to the middle, and then.
Just when we have the old chairs, we always get very good ones when we sat down and straight.
So nice.
We can't do that anymore.
How was your vacation?
It was fabulous.
Was it? Wasn't it great to be back?
You do like to be back in your own bed with the weather. I was so glad we came home Saturday.
Yeah,
Because they were, people landing yesterday, they were canceling things because of all of that wind.
yeah. I'm trying to think
Oh,
what
I
day it
can't
was.
even imagine.
We had a rocky landing, but I mean, it was fine. But, some of those planes caught with us
Oh,
at the 15 miles.
good. Right.
Thank God we were not those.
I know.
Hurry, change, hurry.
I don't know, I didn't hear it ringing.
Kim, I brought a card for you. You want?
Excellent, yes. Here.
Yeah, so me hugging everybody.
Yeah, that's good.
The hugs were.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in Florida for the week, last
Oh,
week, the
were
week
you?
before.
Okay.
It was gorgeous.
We didn't have a good week.
Yeah, I have her do my photo. That sounds good.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah. Like, normally I'm ready to come home.
We're in Florida, right?
Indian Rocks, golf.
Okay.
I found a little house, well, not a little house, but a house that was divvied up into 3 apartments.
Okay.
You want down there, right after golf?
I do not have the passport.
Oh, I have it right here.
Oh, yeah, okay. They, I know that the schools, the choir was down, in Orlando this past week, and they had good weather. I mean, typically Orlando can be in February, but
Yeah.
it's not bad to see.
Yeah.
So
How's it going for Anthony?
oh, it's going. He's got an interview tomorrow, actually, for logistics.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, he's,
Did you check out the computers?
I don't know. He's on a need to know basis, which he's not going to talk to anyone. So as long as he's doing his stuff.
He's a man now.
I tried to ask questions. He's like, Mom, I appreciate your concern. I've got it.
Yeah. That's so
He
funny.
did get cards made with
Good.
pictures.
Did you
and
put it on
we
LinkedIn?
changed his LinkedIn profile. So I know that those are things I can visually see.
Well, they look professional.
Yeah, that's cute. It's just amazing how much they're, the competitive community around it. And then you see, they're not really. They're still, yeah. Yeah.
This one, yeah.
You guys must be it.
Yes.
How many are there? 6?
Seven.
7? So what's our pecking order? Gary?
I'm on the bottom roll, I think. I'm shortest down.
Yeah. Kim?
Yeah.
Who else? Full-time, and then
Another
another 4.
yeah, Tony, myself, and Steve.
Okay.
Norman, trustees.
Okay. And do you want your,
Yeah, John or no?
You'll be identified in the picture.
Yeah. It's a nice badge.
I'm used to wearing these. My previous employer made us.
Oh. It's probably good idea. I mean,
It
big
actually is if they're,
organization, yeah.
addressing the public or, customers coming in, so that they can see.
I haven't had it once.
And there are other conferences and stuff like that.
Not in the bud, it's human.
Not more about conferences. There's a lot of people in there.
It's not me, not you. So, everything's good at the township? Like smooth?
Yeah, lots of things going on.
Good. Actually, it was a good breakfast.
Yes, it was a very good breakfast. Was he entertaining? Yeah.
They're definitely nice kids. I love them.
I know, he has.
He's
Yeah,
funny.
the pop quiz.
Yes. Last year he was up there. Couldn't mention any names. I don't remember what he's giving us that report on. He couldn't mention them any, but here's the stats.
I hope they find somebody as dynamic as he.
I know. Yeah.
This was quite engaging.
Yeah. Smile. That was a smile.
That was a smile. Yeah, we're kind of on the gala. Going in her.
Okay, well, Margaret and Kim, let's start with you guys. Mr. Gary?
Hello, how are you, Madam Murray?
I am good. It's just Kim and Margaret today. Thanks for coming.
I don't want to be picture.
I think he should be in the middle.
Yes, I think so too.
What's that?
Middle.
You're gonna hide your
Yeah,
water.
my comment is when they start to do the thing.
Every day.
Yeah.
Phony.
Hey!
How are you?
Good.
You'll be the thorny tree.
That's my dad's favorite Italian man.
I don't want to go with that.
Yeah.
Well, you sure gave me a hard time before, though.
Yep. Well deserved though, Tony. Well deserved.
You made my skin very good. Are we standing down front here, or?
Well, us three are.
You'll be on the edge.
Okay.
Is this?
I thought it was a short one. No, Steve's on the phone with Mike. Obviously, get power.
I'm ready for my close-up now.
Okay. I'm ready for my interview now.
Oh, you got my message to bring me a Pepsi, thanks, I appreciate that.
Okay, Gary. Gary.
I'm taller than both of these gals.
Yeah, there you
You
go.
want me right above Margaret?
Hold on.
I'll put some ears on her.
We said
Grab it, ears.
Until she tells me.
Okay, so Gary, Margaret, slide that way. Slide.
Slide, slide, slide.
Slide, which
You
one?
know, Gary.
I'm dead center on the aisle right now. I'm right in line with that
Well,
box.
I'm going by our name back there.
Oh, you're centered on that, okay.
Yeah, put you under the A. Go back that way a little bit.
How about the W for wall? I mean water.
So Gary, maybe turn your body a little bit this way. Good. Now bring your arms down and your left hand real gently just put it in your pocket. Just kind of relax. There you go. Go to your safe place. Tony, can we do the top button again? The top button. You're gonna turn this way. Gary,
Yeah, I'm open.
point that foot. Feet aren't gonna show, but it's gonna be right.
Good, Rimpy, yeah.
Turn this way.
This way, I'm gonna turn this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's good. Now, Kim, relax. Go to your sleep.
Breathe.
So, just point that foot towards me. That's it. And kind of, the way I like to tell the girls, sass it out. So you're not so rigid. Yes. She's the new clerk that's relaxed. How do you wear your hair? Is it always back? Is it forward?
You're the professional.
Is that what they told you?
Yeah, that's what they told me.
They got it. Okay.
Shut up, there, you smile.
Yeah, okay. Good, Tony, and let's take a shoes.
Picture, please. Be my,
Gonna be your wife.
be my wife first, yeah. That's right. Steve, we've been waiting.
Okay.
Gotta get this on before Connie gets here. She's-
Where you want us?
So, it's gonna go here.
Wanna go over
Tony,
it?
go this way a little bit.
Tell me when to stop.
Good, right there, now turn your body a little bit.
This?
Yeah, good.
And
And
the
put
body?
out your weight, yeah. Okay, top button. Okay.
Not gonna happen.
No?
Nope. We'll keep it
Okay,
that
come
way.
right down here, like Kim and Gary. Good, right there. Karen, let's try you over here between.
Between me and Mark?
You want me on the step down?
Yeah.
What's your opinion?
Karen, come down one more step.
It's, can they step, if
Do
they
you want
step
me-
forward, we can step in.
Do you want me on this side, Margaret, or the other?
You guys come towards me a little bit. Good, there you go, good. Okay, now, three back up just a little bit. Good.
Steve, she's gonna tell you where to go,
Steve, come
no?
on,
Don't
right
wander
here.
around.
Ready to go back up? Come on, man. Good.
Down two, up one, rotate.
One.
Okay, Steve, turn your body
One.
a little bit that way. Good. Bring your right hand in your pocket, kind of loose. In your pant pocket. Just let your left hand just relax. No. Good. Tony, you stay there.
I'm not moving.
Okay. And Kieran, just off your face a little bit.
Few seconds. The camera collected. This is last longer than the board meeting we're trying out.
If you do it right. They paid me to come in here and keep you guys occupied. Okay, here we go. Oops. Out of control. Yeah, don't look at that light, because it's really bright.
So don't look at you.
No, look at, I'm not the light. Okay.
That was it, okay.
Okay, here,
Family going over your head.
something. Good, eyes are here, everybody.
Oops, I screwed it up.
Good, and Margaret, just plunge sweater a little bit. Good. That's it. Eyes here, everybody say yes.
Yes.
Good. Now, sweet Margaret, you just keep looking up towards me, okay? Good, eyes here. Pressure's on, people are coming in. Good. Tell me you love this?
We love this.
Yeah. I know it. I know. Good.
I put that you want on those heads.
We're gonna do a few extra, because Margaret's my.
Come on, Marty, let's go on this. All right.
All right, yeah, now you're talking, Gary. Good, and everybody say money.
Money.
Yeah, good. And say finally.
Finally.
You sound like the Von Trapp family. Good, and look. One more, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Karen.
Goodbye.
Good, I see you. Beautiful.
Okay.
Have a great meeting, my people.
Thank you.
Got one good one?
There better be. We'll switch heads. We'll put your head on
Yeah,
Margaret, Margaret
There you
on
go.
Tony. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Do we get it colored?
Yeah.
No, just so
I'll
they
take
were-
care of you,
Yeah,
Margaret.
sounds
All right.
Can I say that?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Hey, sis.
How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. Good to see you.
Same
here.
Okay.
First came out.
You want a chair?
Yeah, that might be good.
Here we go.
Okay.
I'll figure it out. Sure.
And of course, Mary Louise.
I was young.
Not me, you know, I'm not right here.
We're down there then.
2 weeks, yes.
Yeah.
Gotta show up.
Don't give us, don't.
Yeah, we left some.
Anybody missing a water? Anybody missing a water bottle?
It's on.
You better watch out.
I'm a grandma. You guys can't hear me.
Yes, we just left. I just.
That kind of goes that way. No, the other way, yeah.
No.
That, yeah, that kind of faces that way, that kind of turns that way.
Works on an old one, which just goes along with the color. So you might want to ask them. Yes, I need something bad. It's either an old path or it's pretty close.
Of course, of course.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, I gotta go over there.
I can do that, I'll do that.
They were going out the next day. Do final specs on that.
Yeah, we did, car wash in my house. What the heck happened? No, not today.
Bless him. Miss the old bugger. You're the girl. Sharon, go that way. I've got a cord that I gotta get
Hey, Murray, you can take any action shots tonight, lots of action.
Only if you throw that gavel at me. That's it.
And if you handful of deals, I'll really go to work.
Most officials do graduation. They want me to do your class.
Okay.
So I sit in the chair, start over here.
Anybody can see what
Does
anybody really care?
Click. Push it forward. Just select those things, those three files. change, you know, the flash or. I'm like, this will never click, click, click. Okay, so see what happens.
And he's not the same about that.
Right. Did you find her with? How are you, sir? Oh, it's not. Oh. She gave it. Start Warren? All right. See all you know. So you think it's fine? Is that why Marley don't set up a
See, I'm still shooting with a 998. It's the same camera I had forever. I had a piece of glass, but the body was the first one to ever do video.
Oh, really?
And the video, like it's got like Jello and like. But like you guys have nothing to do. They got like all the sensors shoot perfect video.
Oh, well, then I can't.
It was him and it was.
I mean, it's comparable seriously. Because it's all about the lens. It makes sense. You have this stuff. You don't even realize you have it. You know.
I guess it's a good show, maybe not. Hey, how are you guys?
Good.
And he did it.
Yeah. I would have burned it.
Yeah. February. It's usually very slow anyway. So just like odd jobs, which I'm okay with.
My brother's friend, Tom, said his wife's parents. Center State.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so.
Mike moved to Florida or something, and I said, probably started about 76. Very nice. Yeah, that was great. Okay. Every once in a while, one garden all of a sudden you saw a little weed and be up on the retaining wall, light and shine over the other place. The singer would come out this right here and he'd turn the gauge on the piano.
Okay.
You know, he'd start playing and the light would come down and on the stage.
Yeah. And good for
We
you.
went to see the Beach Boys several times. To effect, last time they were all together, the first time they were together.
Yeah, I know, we do that later.
Dennis Wilson. That was their night. Before they laid off. Dennis Wilson dropped it on the
Nice. Come from along.
It was good to see you. Yes, tell her hello, I miss her.
Yeah. I haven't hooked it up.
Well, Russ broke his legs. I had not figured out how to about it.
Right.
And the fact is, 14 years
Probably a 9-year-old.
How do you see my first son in and say, I found the rest of the week.
They know. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. I'm just talking to myself. I do that a lot. Me too.
Well, I'm so, I'm not going. No, they were nice. They weren't friendly in the least. I was there doing we did a final special. You know, just an alarm testing something. None of the staff were friendly at all. You know what happened? This girl says, the girl that I was just thinking about my boss. I haven't seen her. Now I know in Florida, so let's they want is that everybody as much? I've seen her once like super nice Oh, you mean? You want me to back?
You want us in the back? Okay, sir. Just Are you?
Oh, I know.
Good evening. Welcome to the February 25th, 2019 Board of Trustees meeting. Before tonight's meeting commences, I'd like to ask everybody to stand for a moment of silence, remembering all the brave men and women who have served this great nation of ours, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Officer Morgan, would you like to come down and lead us in the pledge, sir?
Absolutely.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Okay, first up, roll call attendance.
Barnahata. Here. Birch.
Here.
Fresca.
Here.
Joliet. Here. Marquis. Here. Thomas.
Here.
Wall.
Here. Next up, we need to approve tonight's agenda.
I make a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed? There are none. Okay, under announcements. Join Parks and Recreation for their annual Mother-Son Dance on Saturday, March 9th, 2019 from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Waterford Rec Center. Join for an evening of fun and dancing with DJ Marky Mark. A professional 4x6 photograph and refreshments are included. Tickets are non-refundable and pre-registration is required. Contact Parks and Recreation at 248-674-5441 or visit the website at waterfordmi.gov/parks to register. Join Parks and Recreation for the Unicorn Utopia Party on Saturday, May 4th, 2019 at Hess Hathaway Community Building from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Dress up in your favorite special gown or outfit for the magical chance to meet a unicorn. Each child may have a unique photo opportunity on a unicorn and a ride. There will be a craft hayride Hess Hathaway animal tour and special treats and drinks. Children must be accompanied by an adult. The fee is $18 per child and pre-registration is required at waterfordmi.gov/parks or call 248-674-5441. Opportunity of a lifetime. I know I haven't met a unicorn yet, so I think I better sneak over there. May not get this chance again. Join Parks and Recreation for the Family Dance Party on May 18th, 2019. That's on a Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Again at the Waterford Rec Center. A professional 4x6 photograph and refreshments are included. Pre-registration, $12 per person, is required at waterfordmi.gov/parks or call 248-674-5441. And yes, there are other things going on in the towns besides Parks and Rec, but they have a lot of great programs, especially for the families out there. So, Allison, keep up the good work. Keep it coming. Are you a Waterford business owner, or do you know a Waterford business owner who is celebrating a milestone business anniversary 25 or more years here in 2019? Let us know. We are now taking nominations for anniversary awards at the upcoming 2019 Business Recognition Breakfast. Call or email the supervisor's office at 248-674-6201 or supervisor@waterfordmi.gov. We have a 95-year anniversary this year. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but we're going to have a 95-year. And last year we had a 95-year anniversary. So we've had some businesses in this town a long time. So get your tickets, come out and enjoy the businesses. The Charter Township of Waterford is looking for community-minded people to serve on various township boards. Board members are required to attend approximately 1 or 2 meetings a month. If you are interested in serving your community, please contact the supervisor's office via email, supervisor@waterfordmi.gov, or call 248-674-6201. And when you send these applications in, please specify what boards it is you'd like to be on. Parks and Rec, Great Plains Nature Center, ZBA, Planning Commission, Library, whatever board, or if there's a couple of them or the order in which you would like to be in. That way we can file them accordingly and then call the people in the order in which they applied. So it makes it easier if you show that what board you're interested in, not just boards in general, but I mean, obviously there's some people that like things, one board or one thing more than another, or they're more well versed at a particular thing that would be a better fit. So make sure you specify that on your applications. In partnership with Waterford Township, CGI Communications recently produced 6 videos designed to take visitors on a virtual video tour of all the things Waterford Township has to offer. The video series covers a variety of topics, including welcome to Waterford, public services, parks and recreation, education, homes and real estate, and quality of life. We invite you to check out all 6 short videos on the Waterford Township website homepage at waterfordmi.gov. Special thanks to all the advertisers you'll see featured on the video landing pages. And that made that possible by these businesses sponsoring this video. So it came at no cost to the township. So again, visit this and you'll see that. That guy in that boat, isn't there a wanted poster out on him? He's a retired Waterford police officer. That's why I asked. Okay, next up under awards and presentations, Waterford Township Police Department awards.
Thank you, Mr. Wall, and honorable board members. We thank you for the opportunity to publicly recognize some of our officers this evening. It's always a great occasion when we can recognize our officers publicly. We have 59 sworn police personnel in addition to another 20 civilian support staff and dispatchers, and they all do a fantastic job every day, all day and night. And when we get a chance to publicly recognize them for things that they've done or been involved in above and beyond the call of duty, we're happy to do that. Officer Morgan, if you would step forward. This is Officer Michael Morgan. On June 29, 2018, Waterford officers were dispatched to a home in the north end of the township to check the welfare of the residents after a family member had made threats to harm them. The suspect, who had already committed an assault in the neighboring community, was located by officers as they arrived in the area close to the home. As Officers Morgan and Quado responded to he attempted to make contact with the suspect, and he produced a firearm. Officers Morgan and Quado, as a result of that action, had to use deadly force to protect themselves as well as neighboring citizens. And for that heroic act, we award tonight Officer Morgan with the Waterford Police Department Award for Bravery.
It's an honor to be recognized for things we've been involved in, things we do through the years of being a police officer. I've been a police officer here for 23 and a half years. I worked a full-time police officer in another jurisdiction for a year and a half, and I have 2 months to retire. This has been a very, very outstanding career for me. I've been involved in a lot of different aspects of police department and a bunch of superb and very, very professional people here. So again, thank you for the the opportunity to receive these awards.
Officer Kevin Oliver and Sergeant Dwayne Warner. On July 16, 2018, Waterford officers were dispatched to a home near the center of the township for a suicidal subject. While en route, officers were advised the subject had cut one of his own wrists and fled to a nearby wooded area. Working together as a team, utilizing a number of search and rescue techniques, Sergeant Warner, along with Officers Swanson, Ferreira, Zorza, Bell, and Fortin, were able to lead Officer Kevin Oliver directly to the subject, where he was able to apply a tourniquet to the injured arm, saving the subject's life. Tonight, we award Officer Kevin Oliver, Waterford Police Department Award for Life Saving. As a part of that incident, and for his participation in the exact same incident, as a supervisor that worked that evening and led the team effort that was able to save this person's life by leading Officer Oliver to the location, we also want to recognize Sergeant Dwayne Warner as part of the unit commendation. Unfortunately, because of the fact that the officers that I had previously mentioned, a number of them are actually working tonight and had intended to be here, and we had intended for them to be there. Unfortunately, they don't get to pick when they're busy and when they're not busy, and they're all tied up on calls right now. So we apologize for that, but we're going to recognize them interdepartmentally as soon as we have the opportunity. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Again, as a community, we are privileged to have outstanding top-of-line first responders, and we see it time and time again. It's very nice when they're recognized for what they do. So, congratulations, guys. Next up, we have the consent agenda. Is there anything anybody would like to remove prior to me reading it?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda. I second it.
Okay, we have February 11th, 2019 meeting minutes. Today, February 25th, 2019 bill payment. 51st District Court's filing trend comparison, January 2015 through January 2019. 51st District Court's Q4 2014 through 2018 caseload comparison. DPW January 2019 report. Fire Department's January 2019 report, Treasurer's Office January 2019 report, Board of Review appointment of recently retired Deputy Treasurer Sandy Polk as an alternate, banner permit for the Waterford Area Chamber of Commerce, banner permit for Mason Middle School, banner permit for Orchard Lake Fine Art Show, and banner walk parade permit for the VFW Post 1008 for the annual Memorial Day Parade. In a motion, we have a second. Roll call vote.
Okay. Wall?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yes.
Markey, yes. Juliet?
Yes.
Proska?
Yes.
Birch? Yes. Bartolotta?
Yes.
Okay, next up is Board Liaison reports. Tony, start with you.
Okay, February 20th, we had the youth assistant meeting. We have nothing till April 10th, when we're gonna elect new officers. And as always, we're looking for volunteers out there, really to do some help, so anybody who wants to volunteer, please get a hold of me. Thank you. That's all I got here.
Okay. Steve?
Nothing to report.
Margaret?
Nothing to report.
Okay, this isn't a report on the Waterford Historical Society because we're closed up until March. But I just wanted to go share this with the community. Long-time Waterford resident and Waterford Historical Society board member and volunteer Robert Allen passed away on Wednesday, February 13th, 91 years old, while shoveling snow in his driveway. And again, people say, what is a 91-year-old doing shoveling snow? And I've known Bob since I was a little kid. He used to deliver our fuel oil at our house. Back then he was Mr. Bob, and then later years in the construction business, he would stop by my job sites once in a while looking for a piece of wood or something. And then when I started volunteering at the Historical Society, Bob and I got to be real good friends, and Bob's response would be that, well, I've shoveled snow all my life and nothing's ever happened, nothing's gonna happen now. So that's the way Bob was wired. He was old school to the max, so. But right after it happened, Chief Underwood called me to let me know that Bob had passed away, apparently from a heart attack while shoveling snow. I went over to see the family, and there was 3 of our Waterford police officers finishing shoveling the driveway so the county morgue could get in, and so the ambulance could get in and pick him up afterwards. So shortly after the morgue showed up, did their site review, officers got him bundled up, brought him into the house until the funeral home came, and then Bob's funeral was yesterday, and the ironic thing about having it yesterday, it was a funeral that was also Bob's 92nd birthday party, so it really was a wonderful send-off. And I hope a vast majority of the people in the township knew Bob because he was involved in a lot of things, and he'd been here all his life. And he was a volunteer firefighter for how long, John?
I could not tell you that, sir.
Okay, but I think they said 22 years. He was a volunteer firefighter. He was in on the purchase of one of the fire trucks, and to this day, the Cedarland family bought that truck when it was out of service, and we still have that. And if you're down the Woodward Cruise, Lot 9, it's parked there every year, and that was 1966. We bought that was a small pumper truck, carried 250 gallons worth of water. And back in the day, Waterford wasn't quite as developed back then as it is now. There was a lot of grass fires in the fields. And no, I didn't light any of them as a kid. They just happened. Lightning, bad luck, whatever it was, it sure wasn't me. So, but anyways, I just wanted to share that. It was just like Bob was a wonderful person in this community and did a lot of good things. And he will be missed, but he did, again, he'll be remembered for all good. So, yeah.
My first board meeting for the library is this Thursday. I see that there was a publication came out from Friends of the Library saying that there was a treasury's report. The total income for 2018 that the Friends of the Library raised was $13,479.91. And comparing that to 2018 versus 2017, in 2018 they raised $9,000 more. So they did a great job, Friends for the Library. Other than that, there is a night of warmth that says here for Friends of the Library will be March 6th from 5:30 to 7 if anybody's interested in volunteering for making desserts and soups. And I think at their next meeting, they're planning to send around a sign-up sheet. So other than that, stay tuned, and my first meeting is this Thursday with Joan.
Okay. Karen?
I have nothing to report.
Art?
The Hess Hathaway Park Committee meeting was held on February 14th. The meeting was held at Waterford Recreation Center. It was our first meeting of the year, and there was quite a bit of news. A new grant was obtained and will be used for the continuing restoration of the historic barn. Work continues on the historic house with floors and windows being repaired and refurbished. In addition, general business and a financial report were covered. April 27th is the annual sheep shearing event, and again, May 4th is the Unicorn Utopia Party. Camps are being planned for the summer, and there will be some interesting enhancements to many of these because of partnerships with 4-H and MSU. Sign-ups begin April 1st. It's recommended that folks contact Parks and Rec for further details. Meeting was upbeat, and the board's looking forward to a great year.
Okay, thank Thank you. Okay, under old business, we're going to open a public hearing on a petition for vacation of portion of Cottage Grove Street between lots 132 and 152 in Cass Lake Highland subdivision. We'll open the public hearing at 6:21 p.m. Okay, is there anybody from the public that would like to come before the board on this?
Good evening. My name is Matt Lowe. I own the property that's adjacent to the end of this parcel in question. And I'm just here to show my support for Mr. Vago, and he's been taking care of this since I was a little boy. I've lived in the neighborhood over 36 years. He's kept it clean, fertilized, cut, taken care of. I don't see any reason why they should just become part of his property. So I just wanted to show my support for them and make sure that it kind of goes through hopefully.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hi, my name is Frank Vago. I'm the one who petitioned for the vacation of the road. I'm, like you said, I'm taking care of that land for the past 30 years and I already own a portion of that road. From the road commission I got it. The road commission abandoned the road about 20 years ago, 25 years ago. And all the reason why I wanted that land for is in my petition, you can see that. But only thing I want to add to it, I want to keep that land as is. Okay, we won't do nothing, no building, no nothing. Maybe a few trees, nice trees will be planted on it. But as you can see it now in the corner, as will be open and well taken care of as always, you know. Maintaining, fertilizing and weed killers and all those stuff I'm doing on it, you know. That's all I wanted to add to it.
You don't do anything bad about fertilizing. The more fertilizer, the more you got to maintain.
I know. Sometimes I gotta mow it twice a week, you know, especially in the early months, in May and June. But hey, when I bought that land, I was the first owner over there in that subdivision. I'm the only original owner. Everybody left from that area. Fourth, fifth owners living in my neighborhood. And you could have seen that land, how it looked when I bought the house next to it. It was, a weed was about hip high, bushes, garbage. That was a garbage dump. A neighborhood used it as a garbage dump. Okay? I cleaned it. And I sometimes, you know, I asked those old neighbors, 20, 30 years ago, you know, I saw they carrying down things like toilet bowls and things like that. And I told them, you know, there shouldn't be a dump here, you know, how we look here. And his answer was that not your FM, no, you don't know that thing. Okay, that's what he said, word by word. And I said, I know I don't know it, but for the value of that area and the neighborhood and looks, how it looks, you know, I thought it's important, you know. I never got a penny for it, okay? Never asked nobody. First I talked to the road commission because I was warned by a couple of neighbors, you know, you can't touch that land because the road commission owned that road. I went down, talked to Norman Keith at the legal department down there, and then I talked to the planning department, and they told me that road will be off the map pretty soon. So you clean it, no problem. And since then I'm taking care of it.
Appreciate that.
Okay?
Yep.
That's all I can add to it, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
You are.
Thank you. Is there anybody else? Go ahead. Sir. Trustee Bartolot, I'd like to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
You said you don't have no plans on building anything on this?
Nothing. If it comes to it, I was thinking about to sell the 3800 Chandler, okay? But I have 3 boys, and all 3 boys left the stuff in that house. We use it as a storage right now. A storage house. All of them filled with dead stuff. And the only way I could sell it if I could move it. So I was thinking to build an addition to my house, existing house in a 1370 Farm Beach, and storage in the garage, so I can bring stuff over and I can sell the other house. But it's just a far away plan. And only way I will encroach that area of maybe 10 feet. Maybe 10 feet from the corner of my house, because a lot is an angle. And a lot, you know.
I'm just,
I got
you
it.
can stay right where you're at. I'm just reading it. It says, petitioner also seeks to construct attached garage on 1375 Farm Ridge that would encroach into the subject land if it were not vacated. I was just a little confused. A few minutes ago, you said you weren't planning on building nothing on it. I just.
No, nothing, you know, and just that far away plan, if that's gonna be.
Okay.
But nothing else, I don't plan nothing to keep it as is, you know. But if you look at the map, you know, the lot is not suitable to build any
I
building.
was looking at that, yeah.
It's not, it's narrow, and there's a drain ditch going down from a neighborhood, you know, on one side of it. So that's not a place where anybody can build a family home or anything.
Thank you, Mr.
Jimmy,
Chairman. Appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you.
Anything?
No, I just said, I understand, the corner you're building, you're proposing to build will encroach 10 feet on the property because of the angle, that's a close look at, and eventually
That's
it'll come
exactly
back
right.
on to your existing property.
That's exactly right.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Okay, yep,
Okay, thank you, sir.
thank you. Is there anybody else?
I make a motion to approve.
Oh, hold on. We gotta close the public hearing first too, so.
Sorry. Hi, my name is Vera Clement. I live on Farm Ridge, and I would definitely agree the lot looks amazing, and Mr. Vago does terrific things. But it is hard to vision what an attached garage might look like and where it would be built. So that was my only concern, and that is why I was here. Yeah, it's an awkward thing, be an awkward place to build on, because you can't go behind the house because there is the drainage ditch. So that's was my concern when I read through it, that I appreciate that he doesn't want to make any changes to it, but for those of us kind of new to the community, we didn't realize that that was not really public land, but that there's no sidewalks, and we could have been walking our dogs back on this abandoned road the whole time. And then now if it becomes, okay, it's just hard to picture, because where would this attached garage go and how far would it impede? And I think our fear, I'm the only one here from the neighborhood, but the fear was, is suddenly that attached garage gonna almost go in between and touch the two homes practically. I mean, that's a worst case scenario, but that's it. Just, it's hard to vision what a building might look like. So that was my only concern, and that's why I came to listen.
Okay, but he would have to submit a plan to the township, a site plan, the structure, show the setbacks, and any drainage areas there, you can't encroach them, so that there have to be detailed plans submitted to the township before that could be approved. And again, there's setback requirements, there's square footage restrictions for non-living area and stuff, so he would have to reach all of those and comply with them.
Okay, so just the petition saying I might eventually do this.
Right. As a courtesy, Leslie may add that it would come 10 feet onto this proposed parcel of property, but that's the closest it get because of the angle and the squaring up of that, it would come back onto his existing property, so.
Thank you for that information. No, again, he does an amazing job with the corner lot. That's terrific. I appreciate it.
Okay.
And all, just to clarify, all we're voting on tonight is to vacate the property, not to deed ownership to anybody. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
My name is Jamie Fix, and I've lived next to Frank for 12 years. And I've seen that he's the hardest working guy in the neighborhood. All that fertilizer is cutting his grass twice. But I think that, you know, he should be able to be allowed to buy the property and do what it is he needs to do. So that's just my opinion.
close the public hearing at 6:31. Okay, we have two options here. One to adopt and one to deny, so.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution to adopt vacating the property.
Support.
I support.
Any further discussion on this?
I just like to say, he must be a heck of a neighbor. He had a lot of good response from neighbors, so I can't see a reason why we should allow this. Frank. Keep up the good work, Frank. If you get bored, come to my house.
No, and this does happen. There are other situations like this where there's old vacant lot like that, only association lots, narrow passages of lake where people have taken care of them for years, and then they come to the township, come to find out again, the road commission's vacated them decades before, or excuse me, abandoned them decades before, and they come to the township and we vacate them. Sometimes the neighbors, you know, they split them, you know, the narrow lots are there, they all but one person, however they do it, but again, the people have been taking care of them forever, and that way you don't know that they weren't part of the property in the first place. So this will be a roll call vote.
Okay. Birch.
Yes.
Bartolotta.
Yes.
Markey, yes. Thomas.
Yes.
Wall.
Yes?
Roscoe.
Yes.
Joliet.
Yes.
Okay.
Next up, we have approval of the MIDC grant agreement as proposed by Township Attorney Gary Dover.
I'll make a motion to approve and authorize the supervisor to sign the revised grant agreement between the township and the Michigan Indigent Defense Commission.
Support.
Everybody had a chance to review this letter from the attorney?
Yes.
Any questions on that? Spelled out very clear, so, and again, it's like, it's Jen can testify, it's a lot more favorable than the original one we got, so we got a lot of the bugs out of it, and everybody's comfortable with it now, so. Okay. It's a roll call vote?
Thomas.
Yes.
Wall.
Yes.
Birch.
Yes.
Bartolotta.
Yes.
Roscoe.
Yes.
Joliet.
Yes.
Markey, yes. Okay.
Up next, we have under new business, we have a request for truck for training donation. Chief Lyman, how are you tonight?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to stand before you. Ms. Kim is going to help me out with my PowerPoint. I'll just say next slide, you can go to the next slide. So the truck subject of conversation is a 1991 Pierce Quint Aerial, next slide. And it did originally come to us from the city of Pontiac with the Pontiac Fire Contract. And it became surplus last year when we took delivery of the Suffolk Quint. We have had it listed for about 6 months on a used fire truck website. We started out at $40,000. We didn't have any calls or offers. We've lowered it to $25,000. Again, we've had no calls or offers. So my brain started wondering what could we do. So I contacted OCC's Crest Center and to ask if they'd be interested in the truck as a donation or a trade. They were very enthusiastic about looking at it. They came out and inspected it, and they are very interested. We drove it over to see if it would fit in their fire barn, and it does. Go to the next slide for me. So my proposal to the board is that Waterford Fire Department donate this truck or trade this truck in consideration for them providing $25,000 worth of training to our personnel. They have a training tower, they have the flashover unit, and a couple of portable units, and they have some other trainings that they put on, classroom type trainings, officer training, stuff like that, that we could take part in. And what we would do is create a journal and any trainings that we that we attend, we would deduct that from the journal. The other option is that the thing goes to auction, and I don't think we get very much money at auction. So that's my proposal, and if you have any questions, I'm willing to answer.
Hey, John.
Sure.
You haven't tried finance surplus yet, to list it with them?
No, that would go to auction. That's kind of an auction type of site, so haven't tried that.
Okay.
That's what we use for the auctions, so.
Where'd you come up with the 25,000? You just said, you thought the truck was 25,000?
Well, we started at 40. We started at 40.
With the college, the trade of all services. You figure it was worth 25,000?
Yes, sir.
You get $25,000?
Yes.
From the training. If we approve it tonight, that money comes out of training, out of your budget for the training? You have a budget for training, correct?
We do, yes. But we haven't used the flashover unit. It costs money for them to bring it to us. And so we don't have that, we just don't have that kind of money to spend on something like that. So this would allow us to do that.
No, I'm glad you're thinking. I think it's a good idea. Just just one more question or request. To make that motion, shouldn't we change the wording around fire department request to trade truck for services?
Yep.
Rendered?
Yes, sir.
The exchange?
It's got to be an exchange.
The wording should be a little changed on the motion. No, I think it's a very good idea. I'm glad that you and Matt are thinking ways of saving money. You're right, you probably couldn't. If you put it on an open auction, it'd be like you're going to be $5,000 for it. So
Yeah. The used truck market's pretty soft right now. There's most communities are buying brand new.
No, absolutely. So it's a good idea, and I commend both of you guys for working hard to do that.
We're always thinking.
When you originally brought this to me, we discussed it, we also talked about financial surplus, and I did talk to them. And it's my belief, we'd be fortunate if we got 20,000 out of it. Okay, so if that's the case, you do send it there, then you gotta come up with $5,000 out of the budget. You know, this is, again, I believe it's already, did my assistant tell you we got an email that somebody that wanted information about buying the truck? Okay.
Yes, but I received no emails, no further emails. I received those emails also.
She did forward them to you? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And I've had no offers or anything come for me.
Yeah, and again, you went from 40,000 35
to 25.
To 25. And still no bites on it. So
nothing at all.
The odds of us getting $25,000 out of selling it looks slim and none over a 6-month period. And again, as like I said, we're going to get $25,000 worth of training. So I think, I believe that's a good choice.
Thank you. I think it's a good idea too.
Kevin, where's the truck stored at right now?
Stored at Station 7 downtown Pontiac, which is where it's kind of been at the whole time.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions or?
The 25,000, I contacted you and you said that it would go 2 years if necessary. There's not like a limit of 1 year, you see?
No, right. We haven't gone down to the years thing. It's not going to be a 1-year deal, no.
Right. It's a matter of 25,000, whether it takes you 3 years to use it.
Or 5 years, yeah.
Right, or 5 years. You would have $25,000 worth of training coming to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
And we utilize OCC for training.
Yes, we do. We've used them last year for the fire ops program, and one of our captains is an instructor there. So, yeah, we use them. We use RAFT, but again, because the training budget is so limited, we haven't really spent any money at OCC to do training. So,
right. And we said with the SED, when there's some new hires coming in, and again, it's going to be additional training, and that's constantly updated in law enforcement and firefighting, paramedics. The technology changes, with the technology comes training.
Yeah, and to be able to have live fire training that's safe for our guys is really good it's really good for our guys.
There is nothing like the real deal, that's for sure.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the fire department's request to trade a 1991 Pierce 100-foot Quint for training services to Oakland Community College. Does that sound?
In the amount of $25,000?
Yes.
Out of 25,000, thank you.
Second that.
Boyd. Any further discussion? This will be a roll call.
Okay. Wall.
Yes.
Joliet.
Yes.
Birch. Yes. Fresca.
Yes.
Bartolotta.
Yes.
Marquis. Yes. Thomas.
Yes.
Thank you.
Again, good job, Chief. Appreciate it.
Great job.
Okay, next up is, that brings us to the end of our agenda. We open up the floor for public comment. Public comments are limited to 3 minutes. So, is there anybody that'd like to come before the board? It's gotta be one. Nobody. Okay.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Sure, that simultaneous, I think you practice that. That was 3 all at the same time. I think you can't do that by chance. Any further discussion on that topic? Okay, all in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed? All right. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like a feast or famine, right? It's so dry that everything's burning up. It's all flooded. Well, I'm gonna head out. Are you going to do that in March? I plan to go to okay. That's okay. I'm going. I was gonna lay on that there and see if we can do that. I'm guessing it's the way for sure. The band and the dancer. Right. I was like, how about you don't do things like that? we already know the days anyways. So it's never before. It's always the last week in August, so I said, well, I gave it to her. It's all the way to reach out to her.
She's a hard worker.
Yes, it's fun to agree.
Hey, you get back from Florida? California. I'm momentarily. Okay. Glad to see you're safe.
All right, I'm gonna go because I am getting hungry. Make some crabby.
And then they built one next.
Yeah, it was good to see you too. I didn't see you one time.
Half an hour.
I was gonna sit in the back of the presentation.